आ रहा है, आ रहा है।
मेरा आवाज है ना आप तक?
हाँ, आवाज थोड़ा कम आ रही है। स्क्रीन दिखाई दे रहा है।
हाँ, ओके, ठीक है।
आ रही है, आ रही है।
Assalamu alaikum. Today's class we will discuss on the current affairs. Uh, ये कुछ प्रीवियस ईयर्स के क्वेश्चंस है। हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे कि कहाँ कहाँ से क्वेश्चंस पूछे हैं। We will discuss on the topic. So we will see if the questions are being asked in the current affairs. So this is for PSI. What are the questions that I have asked in the first section of your question paper? That is descriptive one. They have asked about new education policy 2020, and for this year as well, new education policy is going to be very important because they are going to implement it right now in Karnataka. Karnataka is most probably the first state to implement the national education policy 2020, so it is very important for you. And they have asked about Citizenship Amendment Act and impact of COVID-19 on Indian economy, women emancipation in India, and global warming. So if we see here, the division is like one is regarding environmental sciences, another one is women empowerment, this is social welfare, third one is related to science and technology, या फिर academics you can call, and the first two are related to the acts that are passed by the cabinet, today's government. And similarly, in another year, they have asked about democracy and can it succeed without participation of people. They have asked about democracy and the role of people's participation in its success. And again, they have asked about women empowerment. In general, women empowerment and its advantages and challenges. It is something that you have to prepare for every type of examination which is descriptive in nature. A strong judiciary key to safeguard democracy in a country. Again, they have asked about democracy and the judiciary. And third question is like, what is the role of judiciary to empower the democracy? Third one is, it is about urbanization. How the pattern of urbanization is in place and what is the percentage of whatever you want to write about urbanization, its advantages, its disadvantages, what is its impact on the economy, or whatever, you can write about it. There is no specifically mentioned topic that you have to write about only economic perspective. You have to give the data, nothing like that. You can write freely whatever is your opinion about it. International cooperation is not a zero-sum game.
सर गुड इवनिंग सर।
इंटरनेशनल कोऑप सॉरी
सर रिमाइंडर कॉल था आपके लिए। हाँ, मैं शार्प एट 5:30 या 5:40 तक पहुंच जाऊंगा सर।
हेलो
सर, थैंक यू सर।
Are you able to hear me? Hello.
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Okay. International cooperation and its challenges. Fifth one is. And दूसरे साल में इंटरनेट एंड वुमेन सेफ्टी के बारे में पूछा है। एंड दूसरे सालों में इंडिया एंड इट्स मल्टीकल्चर, अबाउट इट्स डाइवर्सिटी. सस्टेनेबल इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट एंड एनवायरनमेंट। एनवायरनमेंट के बारे में पूछा है और इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट कोएलिशन गवर्नमेंट्स। अगेन हर बार आपको पॉलिटी के रिलेटेड, जुडिशरी के रिलेटेड आपको क्वेश्चंस पूछ रहा है। रीजनलिज्म, नेशनलिज्म एंड कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के बारे में कुछ भी लिख सकते हैं और कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में व्हाट आर लाइक स्टेट लिस्ट क्या है, सेंटर लिस्ट क्या है, इसके बारे में आप लिख सकते हैं। व्हाट इज द कनेक्शन इन बिटवीन दैट एंड हाउ दे शुड जेल वेल विथ ईच अदर, ये सब आपको लिख सकते हैं। और जनरली क्वेश्चंस कैसे पूछ रहे हैं देखो। नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ वायरोलॉजी इज लोकेटेड इन। नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ वायरोलॉजी कोविड के बाद से बहुत ज्यादा न्यूज में था, तो वो वहां पूछ रहा है। इसका राइट आंसर क्या है, आपको मालूम है किसी को? Anyone from the meeting know this answer? So I will not tell you answers for these questions, but just I will show you from where all the questions are coming. But for this, the answer is Pune. And there are few national institutes which are related with medicine present in Karnataka also. One is present, one such institute is present in Belgaum as well. So that becomes very important. I will show you one list that I have gathered for you. Similar list I will show you. This is the list. These are the institutions present. National Institute of Nutrition. It is present in Hyderabad. National Animal Resource Facility for Biomedical Research. It's in Hyderabad. So this is a list of institutes that comes under ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research. It is very important for you given the COVID scenario. And one such institute which is in news regarding vaccination is Serum Institute. It also becomes very important. So another one is National Institute of Epidemiology is very important. It is situated in Chennai. And whatever is situated in your state, it is very, very, very important for you. See here, National Institute of Virology is in Pune. National Institute of Traditional Medicine is in Belgaum. This one becomes very important. National Institute of Traditional Medicine. It is situated in Belgaum. What else is situated in Karnataka becomes very important. Even if you cannot remember all those, please try to remember the ones that are present in news and the ones that are present in your state. Just check what else is in Karnataka. Bangalore, National Center for Disease Informatics and Research. This is present in Bangalore, the capital city of the Karnataka. This one is asked right now for us in the previous questions. So in general, this is very important. ICMR, from the perspective of COVID-19, these are few things that are very important. World Health Organization, this is very important. It is an agency of UNO, responsible for international public health. And what is its objective? and it's not very important. It's objective, but its full form is very important, and where it is situated. Its headquarters is in Geneva, Switzerland. And who is the head? Tedros Adhanom, and he is African citizen, Afro American. He is, I think, his descendants are from Africa. ICMR. It is very important. And it comes under the Department of, previously it was called as Indian Research Association, and it is renamed as ICMR in 1949. And who are the key people? The Director General of ICMR, and he is a secretary to Government of India. He is the Secretary of Department of Health Research. These are the few information regarding that particular. And one such institute which is in news is Serum Institute of India. It's not a government one. It is Indian biotechnology and biopharmaceutical company. It is not a government body. It is a private company. It is also located in Pune. And currently it is manufacturing AstraZeneca, is British pharmaceutical company's medicine in the name of Shield, which is manufacturing in partnership with University of Oxford. I am live again. You are able to see my screen. So those are very important things. And another full form expansion which is important is FSSAI, Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. Yeah. We will go on with the question paper. You are able to hear me, right? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. But
If you
your
are able
voice
to
is
hear
not
me,
clearly,
please text
sir.
me. Okay. First case of
Yes.
Are you able to hear me right now clearly? Hear me clearly now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. The first case of COVID-19 in India was confirmed in the state of. So
Yeah.
it was back in 2000, early 2020. That was in the state of Kerala. Yeah, Mohiniyattam dance from developed originally in which state?
Odisha, sir.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm extremely sorry. They have asked about the type of dance developed by the state. So what you have to understand is it comes under the category of art and culture. In that you have to note down what are the famous dances from which state it is. State and what are the types of folk dances of that particular state. See, that is very important question. So another one is this is regarding currently from last 9 months from 2021 onwards, what are the steps that are taken by the government in the environmental perspective becomes very important. I will try to give a presentation, or I will take a class on that also. Current affairs, I will be taking few more classes. I will try to explain you that. They are asking about national solar mission. So solar is very important renewable source of energy. So and government is taking a lot of steps to utilize and tap the potential of solar energy. What are the steps and what are the acts that are passed on the particular issue becomes very important. And this is regarding sports. Now 80% we can guess that the question from sports will come from Olympics. So Olympics, I will try to present on Olympics in this particular class. And this next question is from people in news. It comes under the category of people in news. Whoever is in news in international, national, and in our state becomes important from past 9 months. Forbes, world's most powerful women 2019. Powerful women, powerful men list is published by Forbes every year. That we have to note down. Most innovative state among major states in India Innovation Index, which is released by Niti Aayog every year. In 2019, this question is asked in 2020 maybe. So Niti Aayog releases various indexes for various states, in that which has stopped and sometimes which has bottomed out is asked. Sugamya Bharat Abhiyan is launched by. So this is a program launched by the ministry. They are asking about the ministry which has launched this program. For this type of question, we have to categorize under social schemes implemented by the government. Here, number of states in ASEAN, G10, G5, G20, BRICS. These are very important. We have to know which all countries are there, where the last summit has happened, in which city, which country, and how many people, how many heads of the state or country have participated. That we have to note down. And where is its headquarters, if at all it exists. CPU consists of. So this is a basic question. Expansion of CP grams. This also is a grievance. This is also one of the schemes that has taken that is implemented by the government. So this comes under social scheme. This is related to reasoning or aptitude. These bits are related to, this is related, RBI's headquarters is at. So few bodies like RBI, Niti Aayog, and FSSAI that recently we have seen, National Institute of Virology. Few bodies are there that becomes very important, and you have to remember the headquarters of that particular institutes. And this is a standard question that is being asked in a lot of exams, like Indira Gandhi's, Jawaharlal Nehru's, Rajiv Gandhi's, Mahatma Gandhi's. What are the name of their samadhi? What is the body? National Science Day. They are asking about National Science Day. This one is regarding National Science Day. And why do we celebrate National Science Day? That we have to check. And the past months, what are the various days, like Hindi Day has passed and Engineers Day has passed. And from Engineers Day perspective, it is very important because Vishveshwaraya is associated with Karnataka. So it becomes important. This question is repeated. Setu Bharatam Yojana. There are few national highway projects like Bharat Mala and Conquer. Like they have developed east and west side dedicated freight corridor. Dedicated freight corridor through railway pathways. So that is also important. Bharat Mala Yojana is also important. What is that? And dedicated freight corridors and which cities they are connecting. That is also important. National Crime Records Bureau falls under which ministry? This I think this should fall under Ministry of Defense only. Ministry of Home Affairs maybe. I will have to check this. I'm not sure about it. But this is typically a complex question.
Sir,
It's not very
this
easy.
policy is under Ministry of Law and Justice, sir.
Law and Justice, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will have to check. I'm not aware of it. Santosh Trophy, it is related to sports. Star labeling of appliances is awarded by. If you see, they might have written BEE. If you cross check with it, you will understand that A is the answer. Holy Book of Parsis, this is general one. Everyone knows Gita, Bible, and Torah are not the Parsis. This is, you can only solve this by elimination. Torah is related to Jews, Bible to Christians, and Gita is to Hindus. So the only option is the C. The above question is also related to schemes launched by a government. And another 22nd question here is related to cricket. I think you know that. We will, I have small notes on Olympics. We will go to that now. We will see few other current affairs in the upcoming classes. Today I have few questions for you. I have collected it from various websites. for your convenience. See, majorly Olympics has two types of events. One is summer Olympics, and one is winter Olympics. Usually, Summer Olympics is the major event and very popular one. Winter, very less countries participate in it, and it is not so much popular. They are held every 4 years. Summer, right now 2020 Tokyo has happened, and 2022 in Beijing Winter Olympics will happen. Right now we have just ended our Summer Olympics. And Olympic Games roots goes back to Greek games, which were held as old as 8th century BC. And who is the founder? Baron Pierre de Coubertin founded the International Olympic Committee in 1894, leading to the first modern games in the Athens in 1896. IOC is the governing body. And there are various rituals and symbols such as Olympic flag, and it has a torch, as well as the opening and closing ceremonies. And we know that first, second, third are awarded with various medals that are gold, silver, and bronze. Symbols, and there are 5 rings in the Olympic flag. I will try to share that image that I have. It will be very easy for you to understand. I think I have it. I will just try to show you. So this is the comparison. Yellow represents Asia. America is represented in red, Australia in green, and entire Europe in this blue color. This is the flag of Olympics, and this is the representation. 2020 32nd Olympiad and branded as Tokyo 2020. They held from 23 July to 8 August. And preliminary, like the starting ceremony held from 21 July. And Tokyo was selected in Buenos Aires in Argentina on 7 September 2013. See, here one thing you have to remember is Buenos Aires is the capital of Argentina. This is one additional information. Tokyo is capital of Japan. It was originally scheduled in this time, but it is postponed due to COVID pandemic. And this is normal Olympics. Paralympics, I will separately discuss that with you. This is 4th times that Tokyo is hosting the Olympic Games. From summer perspective, it is only the 2nd time. Already it has hosted 2 times the Winter Games. And Tokyo is the first city in Asia to hold the Summer Games twice. This type of information is very important. They may ask you in this perspective, which city in Asia is the first to hold the Summer Games twice? They may give you in options Tokyo, Beijing, and various other capitals like Dhaka, India, Delhi, like that. So you have to answer correctly. 2020 games are the second 3 consecutive Olympics to be held in East Asia, following the 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang in South Korea and preceding 2022 Winter Olympics in Beijing, China. In 2020, new competitions are introduced and fewer removed. New ones are those that are listed here. I will share this with you. You can just go through it. This is normally asked, who lit the Olympic torch? It is lit by Japanese tennis player Naomi Osaka. What is the slogan? This is also usually asked from 2020 Summer Olympics. These types of questions have more probability to be found in examination. Olympic torch relay is slogan of Olympic torch relay is faster, higher, stronger, together. And emblem of the Olympics as well as Paralympics are designed by Asao Tokolo. And what does it mean? It means to express a refined elegance and sophistication that exemplifies Japan. What is a mascot? What is an icon? It is Mirai Towa. And it is created by Ryo Taniguchi. You can just remember this. Mirai Towa is the mascot. And Someti is the official mascot of Paralympics. And some first ever events happened in this Olympics, Summer Olympics 2020. Those are Bermuda, Philippines, and Qatar won their first ever Olympic gold medals. And first ever medals are won by Burkina Faso, San Marino, and Turkmenistan. And San Marino becomes the smallest country to win a medal. And these are the few younger players to win the first medal. They are the younger ones. And from India's perspective of Olympics 2020, Olympics in general, India has participated in every edition of the Olympics from 1920. Although it made its official debut at 1900 Summer Olympics in Paris. This time, we have sent the largest ever contingent of 124 competitors in 18 sports. 2020 Summer Olympics is the most successful game so far. We have won 7 medals, which includes 1 gold, 2 silver, and 4 bronze. And these 2 points are very important. Indian flag bearer for the opening ceremony of Tokyo are Mary Kom and Manpreet Singh. They are the flag bearers in the opening ceremony. For the closing ceremony, Indian flag bearers for the closing ceremony of the Tokyo 2020 is Bajrang Punia. This is very important question. Few important questions that may be asked for you in the exam. I will discuss in some other slides. And this is one important one. First ever in India, Bhavani Devi is the first Indian fencer to ever qualify for Olympics after qualifying for the 2020 Summer Olympics. Fencing is a kind of games in which India has first ever qualified for Olympics. And Indian women's hockey team made history by qualifying for their first Olympic semi-final, but they lost to Great Britain in bronze medal match. And PV Sindhu, this becomes very important, this point. PV Sindhu becomes the first Indian woman and only the second Indian athlete after Sushil Kumar to win 2 individual Olympic medals. She won silver in both Olympics. think in this Olympics she has won bronze medal, as far as I remember. She has won bronze medal, so this is incorrect information. She won silver in Rio de Janeiro 2016 in Brazil. Now she has won bronze. Aditi Ashok finishes Indian first ever Olympic medal in golf by a whisker. Finishes fourth in Tokyo Games. Aditi Ashok, she came fourth in golf. If she had one better position, she would have won bronze. Podium sweep is such event in which 1, 2, 3, all the three positions are attained by the same country participants. That happened in two such games. One is athletics, 100 meters women athletics. Country name is Jamaica. Gold, silver, bronze, all the medals are won by Jamaica. And Usain Bolt as well represents Jamaican men team. So Jamaica is very good at 100 meters, 200, and that very fast at running. Cycling, Switzerland has won all the medals, gold, silver, and bronze. This particular event of winning all the medals in the particular sport by a single team is called as podium sweep. And we rank at 48th place in Olympics medal list. First is United States, second comes China. So this is the useful information from this slide. Other slides have much more information. I will share with you. So the medals in India, Neeraj Chopra has won gold, and he has won in the category of javelin throw. Second and third are by Czech Republic. And for information, in women, China, Poland, and Australia won the medals from javelin throw in the same category of sports in women category. And weightlifting 49 kgs, Mirabai Chanu has won silver, and she is the first person to win the medal for India in this Olympics. And gold medal is won by Hou Zhu from China in 49 category. Third medal, silver in 57 kg category is Ravi Kumar Dahiya. And the gold is won by Russia, and Kazakhstan won the bronze medal. Bajrang Punia, men's freestyle 65 kg is wrestling. So he has won bronze medal. Japan and Azerbaijan won the gold and silver medal. Lavalina Borgohain, she won the bronze medal in women's welterweight boxing. And China and Turkey won the silver and gold medal respectively. PV Sindhu, bronze medal in women's single badminton. And Indian hockey lost to Australian hockey team, and India won bronze medal in men's hockey. And these are a few questions that we have already discussed, but we will discuss again. Who was the flag bearer of Indian Olympic team? It's, as discussed, Mary Kom and Manpreet Singh. How many players were there? Contingent, we have told, highest ever, 127. Who was the captain of Indian hockey team in Tokyo Olympic 2020? This becomes very important. Who was the captain of Indian hockey team in Tokyo Olympic 2020? It is Manpreet Singh. Which team has India defeated to reach the semi-finals of Olympic Hockey 2020 men? Britain. And same in women. Women have lost to Great Britain. We have total 7 medals. Who is known as Golden Boy of India? It is right now Neeraj Chopra, who is only female sports person from India to win 2 successive Olympic medals. Rio de Janeiro 2016, it is silver medal for PV Sindhu. This time it is bronze medal. And there is small history as well. Neeraj Chopra, he received Arjun Award, and his throw, length of his throw is 87.58. It is who is the first and only Indian female wrestler to win a medal at the Olympic? Sakshi Malik in Summer Olympics 2016. Highest is United States of America, who won the highest medals in the history of Olympics. Michael Phelps. This is his number. Total, he has won 28 medals. Who has won the highest medal in Tokyo Olympic 2020? It's Caleb Dressel, 5 gold medals. Who was the mascot of Tokyo Olympic 2020? Mirai Towa. So meaning is future eternity. See, this we have discussed already. Olympic Committee located in Lausanne, Switzerland. So this one I have discussed with you. I have shown the image. Which among the following sports made its debut at Tokyo Olympics 2020? Karate. This time it is the debut for karate to enter the Olympic Games. When did the women first compete in Olympic Games? 1900 in Paris Olympics. Where will the Summer Olympics be held in year 2028? They are not asking about 2024. They are asking about 2028. 2028, it will be held in Paris, France. 2016, it's Brazil. And this is some information for you. This is Olympics, and we will now discuss regarding Paralympic Games that held at the same location in Tokyo. And we have won many medals in Paralympics as well. So these are few names. We have here one in javelin throw as well. And we have one in badminton as well as in rifle shooting. Pramod Bhagat in men's single badminton, Manish Narwal men's mixed 50-meter pistol, and Avani Lekhara women's 10-meter air rifle standing. Sumit Antil, he is the men's javelin throw, and there it's Neeraj Chopra. Krishna Nagar men's badminton single has won gold for India, and silver. There are 8 members, and I think it should be bronze. It is incorrectly represented as gold. 6 medals. Totally, it's 8 plus 6 plus 5. It's 19 medals from India from Paralympics. Which country? It is similar, same country, Japan. And what is the difference? It's mascot, Mirai Towa for Summer Olympics. For Paralympics, Somiti. English meaning for Summer Olympics mascot Mirai Towa is future eternity. Somiti is so mighty. What is the motto of Tokyo Paralympics 2020? It is united by emotion. Who was the flag bearer at the opening ceremony of Tokyo Paralympics? It's Tek Chand. Who is the flag bearer at the closing ceremony? It's Avani Lekhara. Which country withdrew from 2020 Paralympics? It's Afghanistan due to internal turmoil. Which country won the highest number of medals in Tokyo Paralympics? It's China. If it is normal Summer Olympics, then it would have been USA. Second number is China in Summer Olympics. India won totally 19 medals. First time Summer Paralympics are held in 1960 in Rome. Winter 1976 in Sweden. And 2024 Summer Paralympics will be held in France, Paris. Which athlete won the highest number of medals in Paralympics? It's Tresca Zorn. She has won. Theme song of Indian Paralympic contingent, Kar De Kamal Tu. And in some question paper, they have asked this question recently. This question was being asked. Singer and composer of this song was asked, what is the name of singer and composer of Kar De Kamal Tu Paralympic theme song? It is Sanjeev Singh. So this also becomes important. For Summer Olympics also, there is one such name. I think just I will go through it. And these are few differences between Summer and Paralympic Games. So Summer Olympics are for that persons who doesn't have any disability, and Paralympics are for those people who have a form of disability. And in fact, Paralympics originally started as a way to help soldiers that were wounded in World War II. So thus, this we have already discussed this. So this governing body is International Olympic Committee, and it is founded in 1894 by Pierre de Coubertin. It's a non-profit organization. There are various types of sports. Currently, normally they added and they deducted in every type of Olympics. In every year, 2016, few games may be there. In 2020, that may not be present, and few. So in this particular Olympic, there are 33 sports added. And in Paralympic, there are only 22. And two new sports were added, that are badminton and taekwondo. And this is the emblems. There is a small difference in it. This is Summer Olympics. This is Paralympic. Indian contingent. Indian contingent has only 54 athletes. In 2016 Paralympics, it was only 19. In 2016, Paralympic team won 2 gold medals, 1 silver and 1 bronze medal. These names we have already seen there. This also I have told you in the previous slide, it was available. Okay, this is different. International Paralympic Committee. So this is regarding Olympics. Do you have any questions regarding this Olympic Games that we have discussed right now? Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, we will just go through one document that I have. I will share some information on the Olympic medal winners. Few times what they do is they ask about the place or the state from which these players are. So golden boy of India right now, Neeraj Chopra is from Panipat district of Haryana, and Mirabai Chanu is from Manipur. Sindhu is from Telangana state, and she's from Hyderabad. Lovlina Borgohain, she is from Assam. Ravi Kumar Dahiya is from Haryana, India. Yeah, and Bajrang Punia is from Haryana. So many of them are from Haryana. And Bajrang Punia is the only Indian wrestler to win 3 medals at the World Wrestling Championship. It is one of his achievements. So I've just noted this. Remember, if there is any other information, I will just check if I can share with you right now. This is the one that I was discussing. Ahead of Tokyo Games, the official Olympic theme song for the Indian contingent was launched. Mohit Chauhan has composed and sung the song titled Lakshya Tere Samne Hai. So, who is our sports minister? So it's Kiran Rijiju as on date. Indian Olympic Association president is Narayan Ramachandran, and it is founded in 1927. India's Raja Randhir Singh has taken over acting president of Olympic Council of Asia right now, and he is one of the participants of Olympic shooting in 1978. It is also an important question. India's Raja Randhir Singh has taken over as acting president of Olympic Council of Asia. So Olympic Council of Asia's headquarters in Kuwait. International Olympic Committee is in Switzerland. President is Thomas Bach. We have discussed 2 times winter and 2 times Cabinet of Council of Ministers and their portfolios. I can understand it is very difficult to remember every ministry and every minister. You just go through once or twice. It is very lucky if you remember. If it is not possible, then through shortcuts you can really remember this. See, one thing I will tell you is whichever minister is from your state, you have to remember his portfolio and constituency as well. First, we will check who is from Karnataka. Right now, if we see here, people from Karnataka is Prahalad Joshi, and he is Minister of Parliamentary Affairs, and he is a Minister of Coal and Mines. So one person. There are 2 types of minister. One is Council of Minister. There is a Minister of State, independent charge. He is helping the Independent charge is different, and Minister of State is helping the minister. Normally, MOSR we call Ministry of State. For example, if you consider railways, there is Minister of Railway and 2 MOSR, 2 Ministry of State. So from independent charge, there is no one from Karnataka. Ministry of State, they have not given any constituency. But if you can remember, previously there was Sadananda Gowda. I don't know. We'll just go through this Council of Ministers. Rajnath Singh you should be very much aware about him. He is the Minister of Defense and he is from the constituency of Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. Narendra Modi, he is the Prime Minister and he holds many other portfolios as well. Ministry of Personal, Public Grievances and even in your state, Mr. Basavaraj Bommai is also having Ministry of Personal. He's also holding the same ministry. Here, Modi is holding Ministry of Personal, Public Grievance and Pensions. Department of Atomic Energy, Department of Space, these both are related. You can remember easily. All important policy issues, policy related, and any other portfolios which are not allocated to any other minister. Ministry of Defense is Rajnath Singh's, Ministry of Home Affairs and Ministry of Cooperation. This is a new one that is recently made in, I think, August. Late July it is made. Previously, Ministry of Cooperation was not there. Only Ministry of Home Affairs. It is Amit Shah. He is from Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Nitin Gadkari, he is Ministry of Road, Transport and Highway. He is very active in social media and all that. He is very much in news. Ministry of Finance, she is Nirmala Sitharaman. So she is from Rajya Sabha and she is in Rajya Sabha and she represents Karnataka in Rajya Sabha. So this becomes very important. She is not elected, but she is selected. She is nominated by the government. Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Corporate Affairs. She takes care of 2 portfolios. And Narendra Singh Tomar, he is from Madhya Pradesh and he takes after agriculture and farmer welfare. External Affairs is Jai Shankar. You might have seen, if you are aware of the news, he is very much in news. Yes, Jai Shankar. Arjun Munda, he is from Jharkhand. This Munda name is normally used in Jharkhand and he is Minister of Tribal Affairs. Smriti Zubin Irani, she is from constituency of Amethi, Uttar Pradesh, and she was participating in polls against Rahul Gandhi. Ministry of Women and Child Development. Piyush Goyal, previously he was the railway minister. Now his portfolio has changed. He is into Rajya Sabha, Maharashtra. Now currently he handles Commerce and Industry, Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution and Ministry of Textiles. Previously Ministry of Textiles was with, I think, Zubin Irani. Dharmendra Pradhan, Ministry of Education and Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. He for some time handled this oil ministry as well. Prahlad Joshi, just now we have run through this. Narayan Taturane, Rajya Sabha member he is MSME minister. Sarbanand Sonowal, previously he was the Chief Minister of Assam. He is looking after Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways and Ministry of Ayush. Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, he is from Jharkhand through Rajya Sabha and he is a Minority Affairs Minister. You might be aware of him. Virendra Kumar, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Giriraj Singh, he is from Bihar, Begusarai. He is also very much in news. Ministry of Rural Development and Ministry of Panchayat Raj. Jyoti Raditya Scindia, Ministry of Civil Aviation. He is from Madhya Pradesh, MP. Ramchandra Prasad Singh, Ministry of Steel. Ashwini Vaishnav, he is Rajya Sabha member from Odisha, and he is Minister of Railways currently, Ministry of Communication and Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Previously, Piyush Goyal was there. Ashwini Vaishnav, he is newly inducted as Railway Minister. Previously, he was a serving IAS officer. Currently, he is a businessman previous to joining the currently ruling party. Pasupati Kumar Paras, he is from Hajipur, Bihar. He is into food processing ministry. Jal Shakti, Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, he is from Rajasthan. Ministry of Law and Justice, Kiran Rijiju. Previously, you have seen. Previously, I have told as here the sports minister is Anurag Singh Thakur. Anurag Singh Thakur, I think news regarding BCCI, you would see him. Kishan Reddy, he is Minister of Culture, Tourism, Development of Northeastern Region. Animal Husbandry, Purushottam Rupala. Mahendranath Pandey is Heavy Industries. Bhupendra Yadav, Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Chemical and Fertilizers is Mansukh Mandavia. Petroleum and Natural Gas, Hardeep Singh Puri. So I think you have to remember at least few like culture, tourism, Kishan Reddy. Anurag Singh Thakur is into Ministry of I&B and Sports and Youth Affairs. Petroleum, Natural Gas, Housing and Urban Affairs is Hardeep Singh Puri. Law and Justice, Kiran Rijiju. And Railways, Civil Aviation, Social Justice and Empowerment, Minority Affairs, Ministry of Ayush. Ayush is important. I think you will remember Prahlad Joshi. Ministry of Education, Dharmendra Pradhan. And Piyush Goyal is an important figure. Women and Child Development, Zubin Irani. Jay Shankar, you will remember. Arjun Munda. Arjun Munda should be a scheduled tribe candidate, and so he is handling tribal affairs. So shortcut to remember is that Jharkhand has a lot of tribal population, and so the tribal affairs is given to a Jharkhand candidate called as Arjun Munda. Narendra Singh Tomar. You will remember Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh's portfolio, Nitin Gadkari's portfolio, and Nirmala Sitharaman's, I think. We'll discuss in detail if possible in the next upcoming sessions. I will give this for you, for your reference. You have to just go through this. I'm just introducing you to the current affairs, what you have to read.
Ashok bhai, Fazal sir is here.
Okay, I will leave. Thank you for your time.
Assalamu alaikum, sir. डॉक्टर साहब अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
डॉक्टर साहब सलाम। वालेकुम सलाम। हाँ जी,
हाँ सर, आप स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं क्लास।
हाँ स्टार्ट करेंगे। ठीक है,
यस सर।
ठीक है सर, ठीक है। अच्छा, स्क्रीन दिखाई दे रहा है नहीं?
सर,
लियाकत भाई
नहीं स्क्रीन नहीं दिखाई दे रहा सर। आपको को होस्ट बना दिया हूं मैं, शेयर कर सकते हैं आप स्क्रीन।
हाँ अभी
जी सर,
लियाकत भाई अभी दिख रहा है
अभी
स्क्रीन?
दिख रहा है सर, अभी दिख रहा है।
अच्छा 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 तो स्टार्ट करेंगे।
जी सर।
हाँ
मैं-
जी। अच्छा, तो टुडे वी स्टार्ट विद द सिस्टम्स ऑफ द ह्यूमन बॉडी। तो फर्स्ट सिस्टम बीइंग द डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम। तो इसमें जो है यू कैन सी इन द डायग्राम द डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम begins with the mouth. In the mouth we have got the teeth, then there are salivary glands, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, as well as anus. So all that they will comprise of a digestive system. Now this digestive system you can see in the first sentence itself, क्या है digestive system which breaks the large organic masses into small particles that can be used as a fuel. यानी कि जो भी हम खाते हैं तो उसे जो है वो small particles में तोड़ता है. It breaks into small particles and that is used for our energy, for the nutrition of our bodies. Okay, so this is a simplest definition of the digestive system. Now this digestive system comprises of many such organs. Yeah, to begin with, now I've taken one part here, mouth. Yeah, you are able to see the this one screen, Liaquat bhai?
Yes sir, yes sir, we can see.
Yes. Okay. So I've taken a very simple diagram here. Now one by one we'll discuss with the parts of the digestive system. To begin with, definitely mouth is there. Then the teeth are the first organ which helps in the digestion, like chewing, चबाते हम, so even that will help. Now after that, what is essential is the salivary glands. You can see here there are 3 salivary glands. Okay, salivary gland का function क्या होता है? They secrete saliva, यानी कि थूक को secrete करता है. Even this salivary glands, they contains numerous enzymes, okay, which help in the digestion of the bolus. Bolus यानी कि जो हम खाते हैं ना उसे. Now there are 3 salivary glands. You may get a question, name the salivary gland. Now is this salivary gland, there are a parotid gland which is just present beneath the ear. That is, you can see in the diagram here of parotid gland is there, submandibular gland as well as sublingual glands. उसमें जो है again it depends upon the some are serous, some are mucus in secretion. I'll not go in detail. So these will secrete to lubricate the bolus. Bolus यानी कि जो निवाला हम लेते हैं ना, that's called to lubricate the bolus, and then it will help in the process of digestion. Okay, salivary glands, like one example I want to quote, you will come to know, inflammation of the parotid gland will cause a disease called mumps. Mumps, probably I'm not very sure, in Kannada they say Mangyan Bava. That is nothing but the inflammation of the salivary gland, especially the parotid gland. So here you will get 3 glands, parotid, submandibular as well as sublingual salivary gland, which will lubricate the bolus, and in that they secrete many enzymes. Okay, right. Then immediately we have got a pharynx. When we tell a child to open his mouth and we tell him you do it, and what you see inside, something hanging down, that is called uvula, though it is not required, just so that part is called pharynx. Okay, now this is pharynx is the tube which connects with the respiratory as well as with the digestive system. So I will cover this some part in the respiratory system. Now coming down to it, you have got an esophagus. Esophagus, which is mostly present in the, or is occupying almost the whole of the neck. That's called the esophagus. Now here, esophagus is again a muscular tube. Muscular tube means उसमें muscle भी होता है. Now why it is required? Why we require a esophagus? The simplest way is the food should pass from the pharynx, that is from the mouth to the stomach. The food should pass from the mouth to the stomach. So hence, these esophagus will create a movement. There is a contraction of muscle. वो muscle contract होता है और relax होता है. Then hence the bolus is been pushed forward, like it reaches the stomach. Now exactly, if we stand upside down, यानी कि हम उल्टा होकर भी अगर हम खाएं, तो definitely it will reach the stomach. One, because of the reason is this, it has got a muscle which contracts and relaxes. That in a simplest term, in a terminology we call it as peristaltic movements. तो उस movement से जो है the food will enter in the stomach. Okay. Now stomach में कैसा है? If you see the stomach, digestive system का the most dilated part of the digestive system is the stomach. Now that is one. Where it is present in the abdomen. You can tell upper quadrant part of the abdomen. Now what shape it is having? If you look at it in an alphabetical way, you can tell that being it occupies the shape of a J. So you can tell stomach is a J-shaped organ. Okay, somewhat and approximately being a J-shaped organ. Okay, being the most widest part of the digestive system. Now this is connecting the two. What it is? One is it is connecting with the esophagus, and another is it is connecting with the small intestine. Esophagus bhi hai, and this part is which continues as the small intestine. Now what function? Why we require a stomach? Most important function of the stomach is it acts as a food reserve. Means not हमेशा के लिए reserve तो नहीं करता है, but it reserves it for some period, like maybe depending upon the type of food we take, 4 to 6 hours. It stores the food for 4 to 6 hours, especially the lipid food, the fat what we take it, that is stored in much length of time than that of the proteins as well as the carbohydrates. So approximately you can tell one is the food is present in the stomach for about 4 to 6 hours. Okay, right. Then उसकी capacity जो है again it depends. बच्चों में 30 ml होता है, just a newborn 30 ml. In adults it is around 1 to 1.5 liter. In adolescent it comes to around 1 liter. So the more we eat, the more the stomach will expand. The more the stomach will expand. Hence, the less we eat and the less it expands. So that depends upon the, yes. So we can see the bulging of the abdomen, that is the stomach, because of the, yes, of our eating habits. Of course, there are many other reasons for that. Okay. Now, iska weight jo hai, roughly you can tell around 250 grams. Just like a cloth, it will be there. Now this has got an important function. One is food to रहता है उसमें 4 to 6 hours, and what for that is it helps in the digestion of the food. Now how it digests the food? It secretes a very important substance. What is that important? One is that is called hydrochloric acid. HCl is being secreted by the stomach. Why HCl is required? It helps in the digestion of the food. Now here, in a simplest way, you can tell, हम अक्सर बोलते हैं भाई acidity होगी, meaning more of HCl is being secreted, and that again, that instead of protecting the stomach, that will harm the stomach. Hence we call it as we have got the acidity ज़्यादा हो गई. Nothing but the stomach is secreting more Yes, more than the required hydrochloric acid. Hence we call it as. So इसका function है in a small quantity it has to, in a required quantity sorry, it has to secrete because it has to digest the food. Okay. Now very partly there is an absorption from the stomach, like water is absorbed, some other substance, but most of the content whatever we eat, that is now passing to the small intestine. Yes. Now small intestine जो है, immediately you see the small intestine. Yes, the length of the small intestine forms around 6 meters. 6 meter का length होता है small intestine. That you must have heard is being divided into duodenum, jejunum and ileum. These are the three parts of the small intestine. What are those three parts? Duodenum, jejunum as well as ileum. Okay. Now here again it has got a different function. Yes, a slightly different function. What is that? Small intestine का function है, it helps in the absorption as well as digestion of the food products. Absorb भी करता है as well as it digests the food product. Which one? The small intestine. Now you can see clearly here the small intestine, how big it is, being around 6 meters in length, divided into duodenum, jejunum as well as ileum. In some disease, the small intestine gets affected. Take for example in a disease like typhoid, where the small intestine gets affected. Okay, so here absorption and digestion being the main function of the small intestine, which comprises of 6 meters, and again it being divided into three parts: duodenum, jejunum as well as ileum. Okay, this comprises of the small intestine. Next, very closely related to the small intestine, we have got an elongated organ. Elongated organ which weighs around 90 to 100 grams. An elongated organ present across the abdomen. That organ is called pancreas. Can you see here? Yes, a small organ that is called pancreas. Pan means all, krias means flesh. Actually, so that forms a pancreas. Now here, being an elongated organ, इसका main function जो है, it helps in the digestion. Now how does it help in the digestion? It also secretes many enzymes. It's been given in your notes like serum amylase, lipase, etc. All that is being secreted. Many enzymes have been secreted by the pancreas. Okay, so this pancreas, the secretion of pancreas will directly enter in the small intestine. You can see a small, this one, a tube-like structure that opens in this duodenum. So the secretion of it will directly enter. This gland is both an exocrine gland as well as an endocrine gland. Okay. Now endocrine gland kaise hai? Here an important function of it is the secretion of insulin. You can see here the secretion of insulin. This is very common. What happens? What insulin does? It helps in to metabolize the glucose that we take, isn't it? Insulin will help in the uptake of the glucose. Now what will happen here when the pancreas is not functioning correctly? Take for example, there is a deficiency or less amount of insulin is being secreted. What will happen? Whatever food we take, the carbohydrates, all that will get converted into glucose, and in turn the glucose is not being taken up by the insulin. So what will happen? There is a glucose in the blood. Hence we call it as, there is, in a layman's language we call it as the sugar. I am suffering from sugar. Why? Because it is all because of the pancreas. Pancreas is not able to use the glucose. How it is not able to use? By the secretion of insulin. So very important, the secretion of insulin is by the pancreas. This is in this part directly the secretion will be in the blood. Hence this organ is also an endocrine organ. Okay. So likewise helping in the digestion as well as you can tell in the uptake of the carbohydrates, etc. Now this is connected to a very large organ. This is a large, though there is some difference of opinion. skin is considered as the largest gland, but of course inside the body you can tell that liver being the largest organ. Where it is present, it is occupying the right upper quadrant of the abdomen. That means it is present in the right part of the abdomen. Okay, a liver is such an organ, like when we are a student, also told that it's a friable organ. Friable organ का मतलब है when we hit on to a person, what happens, it's likely to tear up. So that is called as a friable in terms of our this one subject, not to go in detail. So being a very large organ occupying in the abdomen, which part? In the right function क्या है? This will also help in the digestion, like it secretes bile, helping to secrete bile. Now this bile, once it secretes, yes, you can see here there are many functions here. The bile, once it secretes, the bile gets stored up in an organ which is very closely related to the liver. In fact, it sits on a part of the liver that is called gallbladder. It sits on the gallbladder. So that bile is stored in the gallbladder. So gallbladder का function है storage of the bile. Now apart, what is the function here of the liver? इतना बड़ा organ है. What function? Many functions are there, like protection, like secretion. It secretes bile. It protects against the organisms. Okay. Then you can tell it excretion, like some of the drugs also it excretes. Okay. Then metabolism, like it helps in the metabolism of protein, carbohydrate, as well as fat. So all these functions, this related to the liver, very important part. Liver की speciality ऐसा है, only a part of the liver if it is remaining, like you cut the liver out 80-90%, only a part is remaining, it is able to regenerate. Liver is able to regenerate. That is the speciality of the liver, which is weighing around 1 to 1.5 kg. Okay. Now closely related to liver, you get a gallbladder. Gallbladder का function already I told you. One is it stores bile as well as it concentrates bile. Bile जो secrete होता है, especially when we eat a very fatty meal, more amount of bile is being secreted. Okay, for the digestion of the food, right? So gallbladder का function, apart from storing, it helps in concentration of the bile. It concentrates and stores the bile. 10 times it concentrates. Very important function of the gallbladder is, you can tell, storage as well as it concentrates the bile. Okay. Then after that, as and when required, it's such a beautiful mechanism. There is a hormone called CCK, PZ, cystokinin pancreosamine by name, and hormone which is being secreted by the duodenum, and in turn that will contract the gallbladder. Gallbladder will release the bile as and when required. I just told you in a very simple form. So again, this will help in the release of the bile, in turn helps in the digestion. Now, even man can survive without gallbladder. There is a condition where usually in case of an old age, many stones will occupy in the gallbladder. Cholecystitis, that's called cholecystitis. Now the gallbladder can be removed. So there what happens, the liver's secretion will directly enter in the second part of, that is in the duodenum. Okay, so one can easily survive without gallbladder. Fine. Next is, now come again to the small intestine. We have done measuring about 6 meters. Now this is connected to the large intestine. This is connected to the large intestine. Large intestine, when compared to it, though yes, it measures around 1.5 meters. Large intestine, to begin with, there is an cecum. You can see the appendix, the cecum. Then there is an ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, sigmoid colon, rectum and anal canal. So this will comprise of 1.5 meters. Okay, the length being 1.5. But why it is called large? The width of it is quite large. The width when compared to small intestine is quite large. Here, what kind of function it is having? Yes, the large intestine, the function is little bit different here. It doesn't help in the digestion, but it helps in absorption of water. So lastly, there is an absorption of water here in the large intestine. Suppose this water is not being absorbed. What happens? It's not able to absorb. The most common, what we call in a term, medical term, diarrhea, that is, we say loose motion. Loose motion occurs because of the pathology or because of the disease in the large intestine. Large intestine is not able to absorb water, hence there is a loose motion. So here, large intestine, the difference between small and large intestine, functionally you can tell large intestine helps to retain water, whereas small intestine both absorption as well as digestion. Okay, now this is again, we can easily survive with small part of a large intestine. So this is around 1.5, and if you see with the naked eye, the width of small intestine is very less when compared to large intestine. So large intestine का width ज़्यादा है, small intestine का width कम है. Length of large intestine is small, around 1.5 meters, whereas the small intestine around 6 meters. Okay, functionally also there's a difference. Now here, where the small and the large meet, there is a transition takes place. The digested food will get absorbed and then they enter in the blood. The nutrients, they all will enter in the blood, whereas the undigested food, that occupies in the large intestine. Okay, and slowly movement will occur, and through a movement where this is also having a muscle contraction and relaxation of muscle, that is called, this type of movement is called peristalsis. Peristalsis occurs, and then when the waste material gets accumulated, then there is a sensation to defecate, that means to evacuate the stool. Okay, so this is the function of the large intestine. Yes, again coming back to it. Now here, now you can see here the pancreatic juice. It means the pancreas which liberates trypsin, amylase, leptin, etc. Then there's a digestion. Now this is a chart where you can easily refer later on what are the enzymes secreted by the particular organs, like salivary amylase, salivary gland, pancreatic amylase by the pancreas, maltase by the small intestine, etc., etc. Okay, now we go to another system, that being the respiratory system. Yes, now a respiratory system, again it starts with that of a nose, that is nostril. Okay, then there is you can see here the nasal cavity. Then as I told you, this is a tube which is connecting with which is a common tube for the pharynx as well as for the for the digestive system as well as for the respiratory system. So this is the pharynx, it's a common passage for both. And then after that, we have a larynx, we have trachea, as well as we have lungs. So this will comprise of the respiratory system. Okay. To begin with, here from the nose, immediately when the air enters, so this forms the pharynx. Yes, pharynx is around 10 to 12 centimeters in length, quite wide. Yes, exactly, it is present behind the mouth, and this is connected behind to the esophagus, and in front it is connected to the respiratory system, that is to the larynx. So pharynx, you can include both is digestive as well as in the respiratory system. Now exactly to begin, we'll start with that of the larynx. Now, larynx is an organ which is having two types of functions. One is a speech, where we speak, it's because of the larynx. This is one larynx, and apart from that, larynx is acting as a watchdog. It's a security guard for the remaining respiratory system. Okay, for the remaining respiratory system. Now, what is larynx made up of? It is made up of bones, it is made up of muscles, as well as it is made up of cartilage. तीनों भी मिला के that will form a larynx, made up of bones, made up of muscle, as well as it is made up of cartilage. Okay. Now, when I say that one is speech, it's because of larynx, this is one, and secondly, it acts as a watchdog, or it protects the respiratory system. How does it protect the respiratory system? A simple example I will give you. Sometimes when we eat, what will happen? Suddenly we get bouts of cough, isn't it? We cough very largely. Why? Because what happens at that time? The food particle has just touched the vocal cord of the larynx. It was about to enter. Suddenly the reflexes occur, and then through the cough, yes, the particle is being thrown out. We have experienced this many times, like suddenly when we come across the dust and we begin to cough, it is because the dust was entering the respiratory system, that is entering the part of the respiratory, that is trachea as well as bronchi, and hence it is protecting it. So how it protects? As the dust touches the vocal cord. Vocal cord is acting like a curtain, isn't it? पर्दे की तरह रहता है. It closes the larynx, and because of that, it is protecting the respiratory tract. So function was speech, as well as you can tell protecting the respiratory. Next, below that we have got a trachea. Trachea again long, elongated, around 10 to 15 centimeter. Now this trachea is made up of rings, that is called tracheal ring. Now it is rings जो है like a cartilage. Now in a very simple way, what is a cartilage? How will you differentiate the bone from the cartilage? Now cartilage is our ear is made up of cartilage, so we can feel is it the cartilage. Likewise, yes, we can twist it. The cartilage can be twisted very easily. With that, we can differentiate the bone and the cartilage. Now this trachea is made up of numerous tracheal rings, which is made up of cartilage, especially the hyaline type of cartilage that is called as hyaline cartilage. So iska function kya hai trachea? We all know the air enters from the larynx, from the trachea, and then it enters in the lungs. Okay. Now at times what happens, just to create an interest, I am telling, when the patient is in a very severe condition, like is not able to breathe, like the ventilation is very difficult. So what happens when the ventilation is very difficult for him, when breathing is very difficult? So there is a surgery called tracheostomy. Tracheostomy means from outside they create a hole. They create a hole on the trachea. Okay, so that hole is being connected to the exterior, to the outside. So directly the air, without entering in the nasal cavity, without entering the nose, without entering the mouth, without entering the larynx, directly it enters the trachea, and through the trachea it enters the lungs. So this is tracheostomy. In a very emergency condition, this surgery is being performed. Okay, so trachea is made up of, you can tell, cartilage as well as muscles. Cartilage, so we can feel that cartilage very strong below that the larynx, that is the cartilage. Even the larynx also can be easily felt, like the Adam's apple. It is nothing but a part of the larynx, that is called thyroid cartilage. Okay, larynx can be felt. Below the larynx you get the trachea. Okay, now this trachea is being connected to a very large organ. Those organs are called as lungs. Very large organ which are called lungs. Now lungs are a pair of respiratory organ. Where they are situated? They are situated in the thorax. Thorax means from the neck, just the root of the neck to the lower part of the neck, like collar. Yes, from there up till the abdomen. Okay, तो इसमें क्या है? How it is being separated from the abdomen? There is a big muscle. There is a big muscle which separates it from the abdomen. That is called diaphragm. So that is also included in the respiratory system. A muscle which divides the thorax from the abdomen. Now, to simplify it, thorax is like you can tell the lungs, the heart, they are all present in the thorax, whereas the liver, the spleen, the stomach, they are present in abdomen. So this set of organs, like the lung, is being separated from the stomach by a very big muscle. Okay, that muscle is called diaphragm, which is also acting as a respiratory muscle. Okay, it's a part of the respiratory system, right? So here the lungs being a pair of respiratory organ. What is the weight of the lung? Weight is approximately 700 to 800 grams, where the right lung is slightly heavier than the left lung. Okay, now here the speciality of it is a very sponge-like. Yes, a very sponge-like lungs are a very spongy one. Yes, and quite big. Even with only a part of the lung, man can survive. Just a part of the lung is enough for the man to survive. We'll again go back to this one. What is given? See here. Here there are many parts, like the inhalation, the exhalation. Inhalation, the air is drawn inwards. That will increase the volume of thoracic cavity. Okay, whereas exhalation is the decrease in the volume of thoracic cavity, right? So we have got, I told you trachea is there. Now after the trachea, what will happen? This trachea will divide into two. What is that? They divide into two. That division is called as the bronchi. Yes, you can see here the bronchus. The trachea divides into bronchus. That is a bronchi. A singular one is a bronchi. Yes. Again, this bronchus will go on dividing, and ultimately they end up in a very small bag-like structure, tiny sac. Those are called alveoli. वो उसे बोलते हैं alveoli. Now this alveoli here, this is responsible for the exchange of gases. We take whatever we take through the alveoli, it reaches all the other organs, and whatever the carbon dioxide is given, and we throw back the carbon dioxide. So exchange of gas is being taken in the alveoli. Okay, right. Here you can see a tiny structure present where there is a gaseous exchange takes place. Okay, then a diaphragm is there, very large muscle, respiratory muscle that contracts and relaxes to allow the lungs to allow the air into the lungs. Okay, fine. Here this part, aerobic and an anaerobic respiration, though this is not this subject, but still aerobic and anaerobic, what it implies, aerobic and anaerobic, just in a briefly I will tell you here. Where aerobic, which utilizes more of an oxygen, okay, glucose plus oxygen, carbon here, this is a formula given, and anaerobic without the oxygen. This is only I can tell you. More than that, it's more of a this one biochemistry, aerobic as well as an anaerobic respiration. Later on I'll find out and then I'll let you know about it. The next is we have got a circulatory system, quite an interesting one. Circulatory system, which involves, yes, you can see here the circulatory system. This involves the arteries, the veins, as well as it involves the heart. Now here, just to create an interest, what are the veins and the arteries? How we can identify the vein? If you see your hand, on the back of the hand, we see some blue lines. We can see the blue wall structures, isn't it? That is nothing but the veins. When we arrest the blood supply and then those get dilated, we can easily see something, and normally we call it as rug like that, but this is nothing but the vein. Now there are two different types of tubes here. One is an artery and the other being a vein, which will comprise of the circulatory system. What is that vein? Vein is the one which carries deoxygenated blood. Yes, उसमें जो है oxygen नहीं रहता. That is a vein, whereas arteries carry oxygenated blood. Right? You want to feel an artery, though you won't be able to see it. You want to feel an artery, you can feel the pulse in our hand. See the pulse, and where the heart beats thak thak, that is nothing but an artery. Okay, so the system is such that these arteries, they go on dividing. They have to reach each and every part of our body, each and every part of our body. So when they go on dividing, yes, they are called arterioles. These arterioles in turn go on dividing. They are called capillaries. Okay, so in turn, these capillaries, what happens? There is an exchange of nutrients. They take up a good nutrient and give out the waste material. So that is being taken by the veins. That is nothing but a small vein that is called venules. These venules, they all join together to form large veins, and ultimately they are all connected with the heart. Okay, an artery as well as a vein. The length of artery and vein is very interesting. If you take an artery and after that you go on adding to it, including the capillaries, artery लीजिए, फिर smaller arteries, then capillaries, then veins उसके बाद में रखिए, then venules रखिए, फिर उसके बाद में veins रखिए. So if you measure the length of these arteries and veins along with the capillaries and venules, so the length will be such a long one that from the earth to the moon it will carry the distance. Okay, that is the length of the circulatory system, of course not including the heart. The length of the arteries, capillaries, venules, veins. Now this length is so big that when you keep one after another from the earth to the moon, this is one. Otherwise you can tell it winds around 3 times the earth. Such big length these capillaries, these venules and these arteries they are having. Arteries of course can be seen with the naked eye, but whereas the capillaries cannot be seen with the naked eye. So such is the system. In brief, we can tell the arteries, they are quite strong. They are thick walled. Arteries, you can see the red one. These are the arteries. I will show you in this diagram. Yes. Now you can see here the red part is the arteries, whereas the blue one is the veins. Okay. So there is some exception here. So an artery which is carrying oxygenated blood, vein which is carrying deoxygenated. To identify it, arteries are quite strong. They are not collapsible. When you pull it, it doesn't collapse. But when you pull the vein, because of its elasticity, it collapses for some length of time and again it regains its strength. Okay, this is one. So all that. So if you see here, the function wise, what is the difference between the two? So I will explain to you this circulatory system along with the heart. Then that will be more clear for you. Now this heart, where it is present between the two lungs. Okay, the size of a clenched fist, यानी कि आपकी मुट्ठी को ऐसे दबाओ. So approximately that is the size of a heart. You can say somewhere around 9 centimeters lengthwise and widthwise around 11 centimeters this way. Okay, the weight being around 150 to 200 grams. This is the weight. Now this one, heart, is a muscular organ. It is being a muscular, means it's a hollow muscular tube, means here it is totally made up of muscles and with the space inside, with a hollow space inside. It's a very interesting organ. Now this doesn't get tired. This one, a man survives for 100 years, even 120 years. Recently we came across some in I don't know how far it is through, 134 years old man. Now here, so his heart was working for 134 years, and such a fantastic organ this is that no machine can compete with heart. Of course, neither with any organ, no machine can compete with heart. It continuously it works without getting tired. Okay, yes. Now this heart is a muscular organ, around 150 to 200 grams in weight, present in the thorax between the two lungs. Now how is the system, how it is working? Yes, before that I want to tell you how the circulation occurs, how it is able to circulate. Just to create an interest, this heart is made up of 4 chambers. You must have heard about it. Right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle. These are the 4 chambers. They are separated by the wall. Yes, the 4 chambers are there and they are all separated from each other by the wall. Okay. Now, the blood first enters the right atrium. Yes, how it enters the right atrium? It is connected to 2 veins. There are 2 veins, one vein from the upper part of the body, another vein from the lower part of the body. They are called vena cava. So they will enter in the right atrium. What happens here? They all will carry deoxygenated blood. Means whatever is been used, nutrition जो भी जिसे भी देना था सेल को दे दिए. Now that blood will come back again to the heart. Simplest way. Now upper part of the body, by gravity it enters the right atrium, but in the lower part, the remaining structures like the muscles, they are all helping. The contraction of it will help, as well as the force of the heart, the way it pumps, that the force itself is so powerful that the blood reaches till the periphery, till the lowest point of our body, and again it comes back to the heart. It is so powerful. Okay, so it enters the right atrium. Okay. Now from the right atrium, it has entered in the right ventricle. Okay. Now right ventricle, if you see here, this is the right ventricle where it pumps the blood. Once it pumps the blood, it reaches the pulmonary artery. This pulmonary artery will now reach the lungs. Okay, itna such, but only this much is the circulation. Right atrium, right ventricle, as well as pulmonary artery. This pulmonary artery will go on dividing, they end in the lungs. So now this deoxygenated blood has entered the lungs where they get oxygenated. Once when you breathe air, now all that blood which reaches the alveoli, they get oxygenated. Okay, now they are ready for any defense of the body. Yes, they get oxygenated. Oxygen पहुंच जाता है blood. Then after that, what happens? It moves around. Okay, it comes back. How it comes back? From the lungs, it comes back through the pulmonary veins. These are the 2 exceptions here. It comes to the left atrium. Okay, left atrium will receive by the pulmonary veins. Now ये एक exception है, उसमें जो artery में deoxygenated रहता है और vein में oxygenated. Only this heart is having a little exception. Don't get confused. Otherwise, in a simplest way, you can tell artery carries oxygenated blood, vein carries deoxygenated blood. Okay. Now, once through these pulmonary veins, the blood enters the left atrium. From the left atrium, it enters the left ventricle, and then from the left ventricle is so powerful that the blood is being pushed to the aorta. Such a big aorta. It is the largest artery. A small, you can tell width में सबसे ज़्यादा है, and from the left ventricle being connected with it to the aorta being the largest in a width. I am telling in width wise being the you can tell more of a width, this artery, and from there the blood will move to each part of the body. So hence the left ventricle is very powerful. इसलिए powerful क्योंकि इतना ज़्यादा पंप करना है ताकि ब्लड हर पार्ट ऑफ द ऑर्गन, हर पार्ट में, पूरे बॉडी के जितने भी, टेक इवन फॉर द टिप ऑफ अ टो, यानी कि पैर में, हाथ में, एवरीवेयर द ब्लड शुड रीच बिकॉज इट इज ऑक्सीजनेटेड. सो इन द सिंपलेस्ट फॉर्म यू कैन टेल द राइट चेंबर carries deoxygenated blood, whereas the left chamber carries oxygenated blood. Okay, so this is how the function of the function of the heart takes place, where it contracts, relaxes. That contraction and relaxation is called systolic and a diastole. Okay, that systole stands for contraction, diastole stands for the relaxation, and that contraction and relaxation we can feel in our own body like the pulsation. Okay, like we want to feel the pulsation. Now again we'll go back to this one, the notes of it. Anything remaining? See, yes, see, you can easily see here in your notes where the atria collects blood from the veins, blood is pumped into the ventricle. Here one more point I've missed to tell you. Now this heart, which is almost continuously contracting as well as relaxing, it is pumping the blood to all the parts of the body, isn't it? Now how it is able to perform this function? What I have told you is nothing but the circulatory system, how the blood enters, the deoxygenated blood, and how it gets oxygenated, and again how the oxygenated blood will reach. But all this, how it is able to perform, this is, there is a special muscle inside the heart. That muscle is called SA node. There are many such: SA node, AV node, bundle of his, Purkinje fiber, etc. So SA node means sinoatrial node, which is present in the heart. So this sinoatrial node is such a special muscle. It is able to create impulse. So it sends impulse to the heart. Means it is able to, like you can tell, it gives an electricity, उसे impulse कहते हैं, electricity to the heart. With that, the heart will contract as well as will relax. So this is called as special, it is called as a pacemaker. This is called as a pacemaker. One of them is called SA node, which is present between the junction of the right atrium and the right ventricle. उसे SA node कहते हैं. It is able to perform it is able to send impulse. With that, once the impulse reaches the heart, here reaches the muscles like the wall of the right and the left ventricle, all, then they contract and the blood is being pumped out of the heart. So again, this SA node has got its own capacity to perform the impulse. Okay. Yes, you can see here the sinoatrial node. So you can tell a power of generating a wave of contraction and controlling the heartbeat. Now suddenly, if the heart is been ज़्यादा contract होगा, relax होगा, it is nothing but because of the sinoatrial node, where just I am telling you, where when you massage the neck, immediately the heartbeats come to a normal position. That is massaging the neck. This is only to create an interest, I have told you. So a very specialized muscle, heart muscle known as sinoatrial node present in the heart. Okay, arteries already I have told you. You can see the diagram here. This is a red color is an artery and blue color is a vein, and you can see the direction of flow, whereas the arteries are quite a very thick walled and they are non-collapsible, whereas the veins thin walled and more collapsible. You can see here, and these are the, you can see the capillaries. Yes, arteries go on dividing, and in the capillaries, this capillary is being taken up by the small vein that is called venules. In turn, these venules will join to form the veins. Okay, so this is everywhere, it's been present here. Now then the last part here, the blood will, this is a mixture of cell as well as a mixture of plasma. Cell, we already know what does the blood comprise of. It comprises of the RBCs, that is the erythrocytes. It comprises of white blood cell, those are called as leukocytes. Platelets, of course, nowadays because of the dengue we come across a platelet count has come down. That is, those are nothing but the, yes, a thrombocyte. These are also the cell which is present in the blood. Okay, then after that there is one sentence being given in your notes like sphygmomanometer. What is that sphygmomanometer? It is nothing but it's the device used to record blood pressure, the pressure with which the heart is pumping blood. That is the blood pressure. That is sphygmomanometer. Okay, nowadays even like electronics and all will be available here. So the normal blood pressure being around 120/80, being around for a person it is 120/80. The device with which the blood pressure is being measured is called sphygmomanometer. Okay, that's called sphygmomanometer. Here again what happens, along with the age, even because of the elasticity and the rigidity of the arteries and the veins, automatically even the blood pressure goes on increasing because of the age. Then the next sentence is being given as human beings are having 4 types of blood group. We all know that A, B, AB and O. O is the most commonly available here, and though it is called as universal donor, but strictly speaking, for A we use A only, for B, B, for AB blood group is used, as well as for O is the same blood group being used. Okay, so here then again a blood transfusion where O can donate blood to all, and universal donor, whereas AB can receive blood from all and is a universal recipient. This is more of a theoretical one. Practically it is not so advisable, but only in case of an emergency where we can use it. So you can tell O is a universal donor, O blood group can be given to A, B, AB, and the AB group can receive blood from all, like it can receive from A, B as well as from the O. Okay, so we'll stop here. Inshallah, tomorrow we'll continue with the next class. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, fine.
Tomorrow we will have science class and economics class. Tomorrow we are going to start economics again. So first class will be economics, second class will be science. Okay. So I'll end the meeting here.
Yes. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.